In today's video, I'm going to go over 50 twistable crayons. I'm going to do a swatch chart for them, and I'm also going to identify all the colors on the twistables because guess what? They're not labeled. Crayola, why do you do this to us? Why don't you label your supplies? It's so frustrating. So I'm going to help you guys find out how to label those so that way when you buy this, you will have them. There are also 50 twistable colored pencils, and I just bought those, so I will review those ones at a later date and I'll get the same chart. But guess what? They might not match in color because I reviewed a box of scented twistables one time, and guess what? They were supposed to be the same color, but they weren't. It was weird. It was like pumpkin was two different colors. I'm like, if you're gonna put the colors in the same box, at least make them the same color. I'm Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection. I help you guys find the coolest art supplies and show you how to use them and show you all the cool colors that come in them. Hit that subscribe button and you'll find so many other videos that I've done on these subjects. Let's get started on these Crayola twistable crayons, 50 crayons, and I'll have the sheet down below so that way you can get at this swatch chart also. Here is the box of 50 twistable crayons. There are 50 twistable colored pencils, which I am also going to do. And let's look at the back. We've got all our color names on them. They're in order. There's 5 rows. And then here on the bottom, we have the dates. This was made in 2020. It's about 2 years ago. And it's 201, so it was this probably second box they made. So there's one other like this. So this is a fairly recent development. Twistables are one of the crayons that lines that are really hard to know what the color is because they do not name them. So the only way you get them is from the box. If we look inside here, so we also have the color swatches on here. If we open the box, you'll notice it looks like they're in the same order, which is really good for us because that means that we can name them. They're probably in the same order. We got a white here, a black here, a red here. So we are going to be able to name them because we have the names on the back. So what I'm going to do as I'm pulling these out is I'm going to write on them what their name is so that way we know. It's a little tricky because twistables are like this, but we can put the name probably right here. And I'm just going to use a black Sharpie to do that. There's a lot of different ways that you could do that. I'm gonna put that one in the right spot, right? Here's my black Sharpie. So this is one. Usually I dump these out, but today I'm not going to. This one is brick red. And I actually have done them just in the order that they were in the box, so that way it's super easy. I know sometimes you guys like it when I do it in my own order, but I thought for the sake of this video, it'd be a little bit easier. I'm doing this on, the paper I'm doing this on is cardstock, and I can leave that, it's a printable cardstock, so it makes it a little bit easier to do these kind of things. I will leave the link below. I have decided to swatch on cardstock now instead of just printer paper. I feel like it's just a little bit nicer, gets the colors a little bit nicer too. You can really see that, the swatches. And I like to do a gradient swatch so we can know the full range of the color. Our next one is just red. One thing about twistables is that I don't love is they don't have a super sharp tip. But that's okay. I'll just color with them anyway, right? So what you can do when you're doing gradients with crayons Instead of pushing super hard at the beginning, you can layer it and then kind of come in with the circular motion to get more pigment out. Pretty. And we will have to compare these colors to those of the regular crayons. This one is Scarlet. So they're becoming more orange in nature right now. I feel like my swatches are getting a lot better. I'm using better paper. This paper is actually not that bad compared to printer paper. Some of the other papers that I've used can get more pricey, but I've just been discovering paper and art supplies could look so different with different paper. It's kind of embarrassing that I used regular paper for so long. I really discovered it first when I was using Copics. I was like, oh, I forgot to name it. And when I was using the Copic markers, they were so different if you used a better paper. So this one is salmon. It looks really pinkish. Yeah, the back of the box is not accurate on this color, I believe. Okay, so that one almost looks like a carnation pink to me. I don't know if it would be like the crayon salmon. Because, okay, so the thing that you have to know about Twistables is they're going to have probably a different formulation for the crayon itself. Because even though one has paper, and always label when you get the color. So that way you always know. It would be nice if they labeled them. This one's red orange. But so if you look at the Twistable, you'll see it just feels a little bit different, and it's got a little bit of that white stuff on it, just because that's what happens with crayons. They get a little bit of, it's just called bloom. It's not a big deal. And so it smells like something. It's mold. But this is just bloom, so it's not a big deal. But it has to be sturdy enough to do this, and thin enough. So they're different. I believe that they're entirely different formulation, probably, than the regular crayon. And the mold's probably different. The way they make them, they're different shaped, at least. Really get the color in there so we can see the vibrancy. Okay. This next one is burnt orange. My non-straight lines there. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. Oops, I forgot to label that one. So if you're following along, just make sure that you label them about the same time I do, and then you can color in. The swatch chart, as always, is available on my website. And this one's melon in the link. I'll leave the link for it below so you guys can get it. If you're already on my email list, I tend to send these out. There are also like, if you don't want to sign up for every single little email list, you can pay a subscription to YouTube. And that's in the membership area. It's $1.99 a month to get all of these. That way you'll get all of them as I upload them. And you don't have to worry. You can just access them anytime you want. I love that they're in order. It's like the hack, right? I feel like these go down so pretty on this paper. It makes me like want to do like my polychromos video again. Be like, this is part 2 when I have nice paper. Actually swatch these and show how cool these colors are. Yellow, orange here. I'm glad I put it in order. Then I don't have to search for it. It makes it easier for this initial run too. Macaroni and cheese. So what's interesting, not on the box of crayons, but on here, you'll notice that macaroni and cheese, it has like that R by it. So there's Granny Smith apple, Robin Eggs blue, but I've known other supplies that have Robin's egg blue, so I'm running blue full. So some of these that are like super unique to Crayola, they've have an R by them, but they don't have an R by them when they're just on with the crayon wrapper. So I think that's interesting. Right. Let's go over here to peach. Peach. Next we have apricot. And super light. And you know, you probably caught it. I didn't label these ones. It is so hard to remember to do this. This will help out though. Start to identify what colors are which with the twistables. I have a video where I actually did the silly scent ones, twistables, and those ones they're similar on the back, so you're able to follow pretty much to get the colors like I did here. But the colored pencils and the crayons did not match. So I'm wondering how these compare to their crayon counterparts. Be interesting to see. Maybe yellow. That's pretty. Okay. I do have a beautiful on this one. Beautiful. Interesting to know. I did this video where I looked at all the Crayola colors to see if they match. And they don't, but beautiful and those new ones that they came out do. So it's not like they can't do it. It's just never happened. But I'm glad that as they're introducing new colors now, that they are introducing them as a range. It would be nice to have them all the same. I think that's a really good opportunity for Crayola. They'd have to decide which ones they're going to keep. But it could also give the potential for more colors. Yellow, green. And it's interesting because the green yellow was more yellow and yellow green's more. That's just how it works in the art world. The dominant color is going to be the second color. The 1 second, which is counterintuitive to me. But it makes sense. But anyway, so there's a potential for more colors. So like if you have 2 blues in the marker line, I mean, if you have 2 blues or 3 blues, because you have one in the marker, you have one in the colored pencils, you have one in the crayons, you can make all 3 of those and name those other 2 different colors if you can replicate that color. So there's a potential. I mean, your other colors are going to be different, so I don't know if it'd be something they just sneak in and put like a total like flashy PR promotion. Okay. All right, next we have olive green. Spring green is next. It's like doesn't even look green. It's super yellow. It isn't. Oh yeah. It's interesting that on the back of the box they didn't put it more towards the actual yellow, because it seems like to me if I was making this chart I'd put it over there. That's why I make my own charts, because I don't always agree with how they and I sort my own way too. It's funny because someone commented, a lot of people are like, oh, I like how you sort your crayons, and then someone was like, can you sort them the way they do in the box? I'm like, I don't really like their way. So why I sort them myself. But their way is like not in order all the time. This one's at least a fairly decent kind of order. I would change it. I'd do the circular. This one's a linear order. So linear is like kind of like that. Not exactly that one. But if you have a circular order, it makes it a little bit easier. Granny Smith apples. I wonder how close this one matches to the Crayon color. We'll pull those out at the end. Sea green. Keep messing with that camera. It's just right here in front of me, just so it can be extra close to you, but then I can hit it also. Egg blue. This is blue green. Sky blue. You know what would be interesting too is to compare these cross lines. I just finished, it's gonna go on my website. I really wish I had all of them. Copic markers. I already talked about that already once, but they're on my mind. I finished the charts for them. So they have some really weird like names, like not that they're weird, but the way they look. Bronze was like a greenish color, and I was like, I don't really think bronze is greenish. I double checked it like 5 times, and I was like, yeah, that's what it says. So it's cerulean. one is blue. Then I will also have this on my website as usual too. Sometimes it takes a day or two to put up since Beautiful, but I will have pictures of all these so you guys can see the chart and all that such too. Yes, so for every post I do, I try to do a website, and then I give you links too on where to pick these up. I got these on Amazon. I will have to see if they're on Blick too, but I got these ones on Amazon. That's where I also got the pencils. Let's see. Cadet blue, which is really a gray. I don't know why they call it blue, because that's pretty gray to me. So I think for 2022, I'd love to see Crayola put names on all their art supplies. I just don't know why they do on some and not others. I've been in manufacturing before. I bet that's why. I just don't understand the why. So the pilot. So someone actually, a follower asked me about this. That's why I picked them up. And they were talking about navy in here, but I don't see a navy, so I wonder if that's in the pencils. But because they are in order, it's super easy to tell what colors they are. But so if you've already dumped yours out though, these are all pretty distinct colors. You can follow along and you'll be able to find out what color it is by matching the screen with your color. And it'll be interesting to compare these to the smelly ones too. It's so hard to read these ones. They do have the whatever they're called, plastic is a different color for the different crayons. Purple Mountain Majesty. Really get some pretty color when you, I don't know, it almost looks like a different hue. I put it more on the paper. Wisteria. It's pretty. Violet purple. If you label them right away, it is fairly easy to put them in the wrong spot back in the box. So, or pull out the wrong ones if they're already labeled. After you put them in, it makes it a little bit, makes it so you wouldn't do that. But since I've already done it, if you're following along, you can see what I've done. Be like, if you start to put a color down that's obviously wrong, you can make sure it's right. I know some of you tell me that you follow along, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. When you're labeling your supplies, it just makes me happy. So honestly, sometimes you're like, I don't know if anyone will like this. Like, I'm sitting by myself in a room, and I'm just coloring. I've said this before too. That one does not look red or violet. I'm not sure that one's not Carnation Pink. I am sure. That one looks super pink to me. But our pink is coming next. So. This one is red violet, and I just mixed them up. You know what? I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't mix these two up. Yeah, I'm actually going to switch these because I feel like this one is definitely more red violet. Maybe I did pick out the wrong one. So let's just do this real fast. We're going to call this one red violet. That one definitely looks red violet-y. So then, since I just barely put this on, sometimes it'll come off. Of course, it doesn't want to today. Just get it off. Okay, so this one's going to be Carnation Pink. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in here real fast and put in Carnation. Okay, and then violet. I mean, it doesn't make it as pretty, but at least the right colors will be there. Oh, I might be totally off. Let's see. I did violet, purple, plum. Oh, you know what happened? Oh gosh. Okay, this is really bad. So this one is actually, I skipped one. So this one's actually Marvelous. I'm gonna do something different. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. I found out what I did. I skipped one. So I skipped Red Violet, then this was Carnation Pink, and this one is Marvelous. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So this one says Red Violet on it. If you rub it a lot, it comes off. That's the disadvantage to using this. There's other methods for labeling, and I should check them out one day. So if you want me to do that, let me know. So this one's Marvelous, but what we're going to do, since we messed up so bad, yeah, so I've got my last three. I've got my Red Violet here. I'm going to do my Red Violet where Marvelous goes. So I'm going to take, I've got a piece of paper here. I'm just going to mark where my, it's not going to be perfect, but and a little trick when you're using a ruler is just come down like this. So now I'm showing you, if you mess up on a swatch chart, this is how to fix it. See, I did this on purpose. As I was telling you guys, oh, be careful. I was not careful myself. You just come out and cut them out. We've got our three. Then you just turn them upside down so you don't have your pencil marks. I have this little Tombow thing that will help me put these down. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this above it so I can write the right name on it. Actually, that one was the right name, but I'm gonna put this above it so that way it'll look nicer than it did. Oh man, it's a good eraser too. I should have done this off camera. I mean, off this chart. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in here. I'm gonna say carnation pink. Okay, and then this one is gonna be marvelous, which hopefully I'm spelling it right. M-A-U-V. Okay, and then this one is going to be red violet. Oh my gosh, I need to go back a little bit more. This one is, I've like done this whole row wrong. So, oh, actually, sorry, we'll put plum there because, oh, violet. Violet is the one that we are off on. I need one here. I need one here. The one I have labeled plum, this is how you guys can fix whatever mistakes you make, right? Okay, the one I have labeled plum is supposed to be red violet. That one's this one, okay. This is the color that I don't have labeled yet, so it's good I went through and I labeled everything. Okay, unless this one is supposed to be plum. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna get my violet red out and see what it looks like. Okay, then we'll be back on. So, looking at these two next to each other and along with that one, I'm almost thinking now that's supposed to be violet red and that's supposed to be plum. I will look at the back of the box too, but we are going to label this one. We're not going to make this mistake again. Can't believe I did that. I was just like, make sure you put them in order on the box. And I messed up. So violet red. Let's finish this line. Oh, these are not hard to mix up. Chestnut, right? And I just skipped one. Like when I was going to the box, I skipped it, pulling it out. So I don't know which one I skipped, if I skipped violet red or plum. But I'll be labeled now. Going to the back. So if we're looking at this, you know, I might have it right. It has the plum being more purpley in color, and that's definitely more purpley in color. You can't always trust the back of the box, but especially when two colors are side by side, you can. So I feel like I do have red violet right. So I probably did skip plum. Okay, so we'll label this one as plum. And this one is violet, which was right, but I didn't know for sure. Violet purple. And that, my friends, is how you fix if you don't want to totally redo the chart, which I did not because I was almost done. And let's label this one since it is not labeled yet. And I believe this one was the plum, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we are on to the browns. Let's not make this mistake again. But let me show you. They like to fall like this. Can you see how they're kind of falling? So especially if you're putting one back in, it can be a little challenging. So let's get these labeled, and then we will never, and no one else will ever have this problem again. Sienna. Always when I do this, I'm like, oh, I'll just label them later. But I'm glad. I do it as I go. Tan. Black. Gray. Timberwolf. And our white, which you can hardly see. We'll just fill it in. All right, here's our crayon one. And first off, I just want to say the difference that you're seeing here is the quality of paper. Honestly, this is just regular printer paper. And this is like a nice paper, so you really can see what these can do. Crayons are often underrated, but you can get some really good gradients. You can get really good pigment laid down. Does not look as good on printer paper at all. So the colors will come out a tad different on the different papers. This one is picking up the pigment a lot better. So I honestly recommend not using regular printer paper for crayons, but I have for a long time. You would see a difference. So let's look at some of these colors. Cerulean, blue. And these are a little bit different because of the paper. Like I said, regular printer paper. Let's go down these violets. So the one that we said red violet looks like the red violet here. The plum, yep, they match. Violet red, which is going to be more red, right? Yep, it matches. So it looks like which is good, because you would expect if you had a crayon in a different form that it would match. I didn't know if it would or not. Like I said, if I redid this chart now on nicer paper like this, look at how pretty these colors are laid out. So this is another reason why you should definitely use nice paper when you're doing your colors. I'm not seeing any differences. Let's see, sea green. This one looks just, the pigment, it really gets into the grooves of these paper. Like, look at Purple Mountain's Majesty up here and look at it down here. We really get the full range of the color on this paper. I really want to redo this now. Someone noticed that I didn't fill in macaroni cheese and I didn't. All right, Beautiful looks the same. So we can say that the Crayola Twistable Crayons are the same colors as the 120 crayons. That is good to know. What was your favorite color on here? Oh, I really like the cerulean, some of these blues in here. I really love how these crayons came down. I feel like they're super pretty. They're a good alternative to use if you don't want to use a crayon. And you could sharpen these if you wanted a sharper point. Hope you guys like this chart and that you found it useful. I have the 50 colored pencils coming, the twistable colored pencils from Crayola, and I will be doing those, and I have lots of other great content on my YouTube, so check that out. If you like colored pencils, if you like markers, if you like more crayons, I have lots for you guys to check out. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.